Hi everyone. Today we're going to make this card from my last stamp camp, and it's basically a copy from the catalog, and I just switched up a little bit of things. Let me show you the catalog image because it's super cute and you might want to try this one as well. It's this one from the Curved Occasions bundle. I'm going to change it and use the Truck bundle, but they used the Curved Occasions bundle. I did make that card as well. Super cute. I did a little bit of difference here. I changed my scenery a little bit, and I changed my thanks and the color of the truck or car. I have a sister-in-law who always said she wished she had a yellow car, so I was kind of thinking of her when I made this one. So this is a cute little card, and I thought, oh, we have to make it at Stamp Camp, but I really wanted to use this truck. So we're going to change it up and use Trucking Along, and it's super fun this time of year, but it's also got some things that are not Christmassy. You can put different things in the truck bed, flowers, plants. You can put some beach equipment and even a palm tree. But here's the tree, and there's even some other scenery. You can add a little gate to your truck. Really cute little stamp set. I just adore it. And we even had some of these on the table at Stamp Camp with chocolate in here. These little nuggets were in the little truck, and you can put a couple of them if you do them this way or however you want to do it. Anyway, super cute little stamp and punch. It's adorable. So I had to make this card. So I was trying to think what to put in the background. In the catalog they had these clouds and things, and I thought, okay, I got to put something, but I wanted to complete the Christmas scene, and I was kind of thinking you know, like a over the river and through the woods kind of thing with this one. So I decided to use some trees, and the trees I'm using are Forever Forest. So I'm kind of combining two stamp sets here. And normally I don't like to do that. I mean, I love to do that personally, but in my videos I try to stick with one just because I want you to be able to make a card again with less supplies. But this one is just going to have to be a two stamper. Because this is a great one to have in your collection anyway. It's a really nice background stamp, but it's great for Christmas and any time. Makes nice masculine cards as well. There are dies included with this stamp set, and I've used them here to cut out the tree line, and also for these kind of spindly background trees that are really cute. So here is the kit I made up for, oops, it's Stamp Camp. We didn't have that pre-done for us. Here's a kit we did at Stamp Camp. And it came with a couple little spindly trees and that. All right, here is the kit. So let's get started. I like to do all my stamping first, so I'm going to do this one is just a little I used Sweet Sorbet as my red. When I was looking at reds to decide from, there's a really nice Cherry Cobbler, there's Real Red, and then Sweet Sorbet and Poppy Parade are great choices. And they're all great. The Cherry Cobbler, mine stamps very dark, and I thought it was just a little too dark for what I was going for. Or you can stamp once on your paper and get a slightly lighter Cherry Cobbler, which is cute. Just kind of depends on what look you're going for. But I decided in the end to go with Sweet Sorbet. It's just a little brighter. So I'm going to stamp Special Delivery in black ink. Kind of biasing it towards the top, because we're going to create this little flag end. And then on a piece of scratch paper, I am going to stamp that truck. Now the truck comes a couple different ways. You've got an outline. So if you wanted to, you could color that in using markers, colored pencil, whatever you like to color with. And it's really cute that way. You could easily do that. You can also stamp it directly onto a cardstock, and then that way you don't have to do any coloring. How about that? So that's an option. But anyway, I'm going to show you how the stamp set was intended, one of the ways it was intended, and that is to use this filler stamp set. So I'm going to grab Sweet Sorbet, and I might have to put my head in the video because I need to line it up. So there's my head. Okay, so I did pretty good. I got a little low. And I might stamp it again just to see if I do better. And I didn't clean in between, so now my window's got little spots in it. It's always something. Okay, I'm gonna put my head in the video again. There we go. So you can decide what's easier for you. Is it easier to do the black first and then put the color on top? Is it easier to put the color first and the stamp on top? However you want to do it. Or if you don't like lining things up, you can just color your image. So they have a filler for the tires. You can see it right here, but that is very tiny. So I'm just going to grab my markers and do that myself. So I'm going to go, oops, I meant to do the dark on the tire. Okay, I meant to do this darker one on this part. And a lighter one. So this is how I meant it to be. Okay. So let's punch these out. Now you'll also notice that you get pieces, so you can actually make the truck with no stamping. You can just add this window and put it here. I had one like that somewhere in my room and now I can't find it. Oh, here it is. This is a card not designed by me. It was something I saw. So see how you can put the pieces together, the hubcaps, and if I had used like some sponges, I could have shaded those hubcaps so they stand out a little more. But anyway, that is another way to use the punch. So you can do all kinds of things with this cute little punch. Okay. Alrighty, so I've got my stamping. Oh, my trees. I forgot about the trees. Let me see if I have enough space on my scrap here for this line of trees. Barely. Let's see if I can get it to go. So I'm going to stamp those in shaded spruce. Okay. And then there's a little tree in the trunk of the truck, the bed of the truck. I'm going to stamp that as well. So the punch punches out the truck and the truck parts. It does not punch out the things you put in the truck. So that's going to have to be cut out. There is, you know how the truck had a black outline and a filler? This is the filler. I'm not going to do the black outline just because these don't have a black outline, and I thought might as well make the trees stay the same. I'm probably overthinking it, but that's what I do. Here's that die set, the Forever Forest. I really want to show it to you because it's really got these really awesome trees and a ton of them. But there's also the moon and the stars, some rocks, this mountain landscape. You can imagine doing something with this all the time. So I think this is a really great stamp and die collection. But I just need this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut it out off camera just because I don't know, I got a lot going on. All right, so when cutting out this tree, I'm not going to go super close to the edge because I want to have something to glue the tree onto the truck with. So I kind of left myself a little lip here at the edge, and I'm going to glue that to my truck. All right, let that dry for a second while I work on some other things. Okay, so my stamping is now done. Well, except for the inside. All my pieces are stamped. We'll leave it at that. Okay, so I'm going to take these trees. I want to elevate them a little bit with some Winka Stella. So I'm going to grab that. And I am just going to, and this is going to kind of spread out that shaded spruce a little bit. And it also darkens it slightly, which I'm a little happy about because I didn't do a great job stamping. Gives it a little shimmer. I'm smearing it a little bit, which is okay with me. You'd have to be super careful to not smear it. And I'm kind of okay with it because the type of stamp that this tree is with these little details on the pine needles is different than this tree. So by smearing it a little bit, I kind of feel like I'm making them go a little better. This is the excuse I'm telling myself. But I like it. Okay, so I've got my tree. Sparkly. I can add a little sparkle if you want to, like maybe your hubcaps. Okay, there. Now let's put it all together. So I have this piece here. This is a piece cut at 2 inches by 5.5. And I'm gonna take the curved occasion punch, which is this one, and I'm going to punch. I like to look at what I'm doing, so I'm gonna turn it over and I'm gonna punch right in the center, not super close to the edge. One going this way, and then I'm gonna flip it and I'm gonna punch another one going the opposite way. Now try to look at where it is, and it can overlap a little bit because I don't want to go too close to the edge here. And I'm gonna punch it again. Now if you get a little jog here, like if you didn't line it up perfectly, you can just take your paper snips and carefully kind of smooth out that edge, but I did pretty good. I did good on this one. I wanted to show you, oh, see how this one I have like just a little tiny little bump there, just so that it flows easily. I'm gonna just get rid of that little bump there. Okay, so that is what I mean by this one. Okay, so, and it's easy because it's snow, so I get to leave it white. How nice is that? All right, so then this paper I want to show you, this is cut at 2.5 by 5.5, and it's already got a nice background for me, which I loved. I was kind of looking through my papers to see what paper I could use, and there's some really great sky ones. There's one that's got a space theme, so that one makes a great sky. But this one is actually from the Christmas mini catalog. And it is Oh Holy Night, and there was one sheet that was just all stars. This is a big one with a background. This one, the one that I cut up, was just stars, and there was like a whole bunch of these type of things. And I cut it up, and we're going to use that. So like I said, this is 2.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to go ahead and just glue that down and be done with it. Look at the back, that's good too. I'm going to just put that right on the score line. Okay, now for our truck, oh, let's cut this and lay that down, and then I have these extra trees. Now these I just cut for background. I don't know, I just wanted to give myself a little more background. Now this, I like to kind of just cut in the middle and then meet the middle from the edges. There. Okay. All right, and these little trees, this one's a little long. Just gonna place down a little more background. All right, and then my other trees. I'm doing them all flat because this card is going to already be a little bit puffy because of the truck and the pennies that we're going to use. I don't like how this tree is right behind that one in that way, so I'm going to move it over before it dries. There we go. I'll move this one over slightly as well. Okay. Got everything down. I'm going to move these up. Now I'm getting picky and I'm making myself have problems. That's what you get for being picky. Okay. Okay. I like how that is. All right. So now let's work on. Did you see what I tried to do? I tried to put the lid of my glue on my scissors. Okay. Videos make me a little crazy. They stress me out a tiny bit. Okay, so here's our truck. We're going to put it upside down and we're going to find some glue dots. I'm going to put them on the tires, and you can put one or two. These are pretty strong, so I'm going to just do the one. And then I have a bag of pennies that I brought to Stamp Camp. Where is it? Now you don't have to use pennies. You can, if you have something else that'll work. Maybe washers. I've seen people use them. You want them to have a little bit of weight to them. Pennies might be a little bit on the heavy side. Now, you're not going right on the wheels. You're going, it has to be covered by the truck. So you're going to go lightly, and it barely fits. Barely. There we go. The back one's not so bad, but if you turn it over, see if you have anything showing. I think I'm pretty good. Okay, I'm going to turn it back over, and now we're going to use dimensionals. Now, use mini dimensionals. On my sample one, I used a regular size dimensional, and it fits in the track fine. It's just that it's a little snug, which makes the truck not want to move as smoothly because it's a little just tighter. So I'm going to put one dimensional. I mean the mini dimensionals, and you can stack them higher for a little more give. I played around with that, and I think either way it seems to work. So I'm going to do one this time, see what I think. Right now I'm just going to kind of put that in my track and then put a penny on top. Okay. All right, so I got my track, and now we're going to use these foam adhesive strips, and you're going to put them around Okay, now let's flip it over. Now here might be the trickiest part, making sure that you put this down and not go over the edge. So I want to line it up. Okay, and then your truck goes up and down on the track. So fun. Oops, there we go. I just knocked over my trees. Okay, now for the inside, all I did here was I put a little Merry Christmas, and I grabbed another one of those trees from that Forever Forest, and I stamped it on the inside. I gotta re-ink this one, huh? And then I have, from that truck bundle, there is a Wishing You a Festive Christmas. I'm gonna do that in Sweet Sorbet. I'm going to go back over that with some Wink of Stella to darken it up a little bit. We made a bunch of these at Stamp Camp Saturday, and I think they were a hit. So, here we go. There. What do you think? I think it's really fun. So try it out, see what you think. What other things can you make and go on the track? They have these roller skates in the curved occasion. They could be fun going down the track. Here are the roller skates. I was thinking about doing that one. And where is my other card? Here it is, my yellow card. There you go. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you'll come back again. Bye-bye.